Buried in 1 Chronicles 4, a chapter most of us skim through like a phone book, there is a verse that says, a man named Rebellion married a woman called Daughter of Yahweh, who happened to be the daughter of Pharaoh. And we don't really catch it. We read right past it. Today on Truism, we're going to go after verses that we skip, the titles, the names, the genealogies, the parts we treat like footnotes. They're not footnotes. Welcome to Truism.
Welcome to Truism.
Hey, Manny's here. George here.
Welcome to Truism. What's up, y'all?
Hey, welcome to Truism.
Welcome.
Hey, we're going to start off with the off-topic, on-topic question this week.
All right.
Have you ever realized that you've been mispronouncing a word like your whole life or for years, or singing a song lyric wrong?
Yeah. You know, it's the word.
We've talked about this before.
We have.
Y'all have?
We all have.
It was the word. It was supposedly.
Yeah.
But we have to say supposedly. But the correct pronunciation is supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
Not supposedly.
Or specific, but people say Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah.
Is that your word?
No,
Wait.
remember Yars?
Yours.
Yeah, that's why I
Yars?
said we talked about this before.
Yeah.
So it's
kinda.
yours.
You used to say yars?
It's like a
Yes.
plural of yours.
Like, is that Yars?
It's a plural of
Instead
yarp
of
or
yours?
something.
Is that yours? It's Yars. Is that Yars?
Yarp.
Yeah, it was a little different.
Mhm.
Yeah. How about y'all's kids? Like, kids growing up, they always have fun words, right? Noah, he called motorcycles bow bugs.
Really?
Bull bugs.
They're bow bugs. Every now and then I'll still just call a motorcycle a bow bug just because I remember my boy when he was little. Bow bug.
That's so cool.
I know some of my
Katie?
kids have trouble pronouncing the T. So you can imagine the words that they may accidentally say.
Katie's word was waffles. She would say waffles.
Waffles?
Waffles.
Oh, man. See, Judy can give you lots of examples. It's like there's no one that sticks out to me, but she can give you a lot.
What does Annabelle say wrong? She had to have had something. Or maybe she watched the other two mess up so much
She learned.
She learned.
Yeah.
Huh. George, what about you?
No, I don't think so. Right now, Jova's obviously he's 5,
Yeah.
right, and nothing really. He's talking really well, So I really can't tell you anything right now.
All right, hey, let's jump into this Truism episode, talking about just some of the things that you miss in the Bible. So I love just reading the Bible. Like, it's one of my favorite just things, right? I just love the Bible. Just a big, and I'm a nerd to begin with. So, yeah.
And you like numbers.
Yeah.
The book.
The book of Numbers is pretty, it's all right. It's all right. Deuteronomy is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, it's fun to say, I guess. Deuteronomy, like, that's a fun word. So.
Deuteronomy.
But to me, that one of the things I love about the Bible is that, people get intimidated by it, how deep and, theological, obviously, it can be. But it's like simple too.
It is when you really. So what I started doing was reading the Bible with a translation Bible with me, so I get a better understanding. You know, because we speak English.
Really?
Yeah, we speak English.
Yeah.
And it's hard to read some of those words sometimes.
Sometimes there's bow bugs and waffles around.
That's right.
But we speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, it is. It is simple. It is.
It really isn't as complicated or whatever as we make it out to be. But then I think, especially when, we have the reading program every year where we kind of read the Bible through in a year. And there's different ways that we do that. We've talked about that before. We know that, and tons of people do it. But like, sometimes it can be easy to just kind of glance over parts of it, like genealogies, and we'll get to that here in a bit. And So, but sometimes when you're reading those, there's like just some cool things in there. So like, I think we all know the line, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Right? Jesus on the cross, right? And we know that Jesus said that on the cross.
Yeah.
But, and some of us really even know that that's a psalm, but we don't really connect that that's the opening line or it's a line in the opening of the song of Psalm 22, but it's not just like a psalm, like a poem that we read. It's literally a song. If you read the heading right before verse 1, there's a heading, and in the KJV, it reads like this. It reads, to the chief musician upon Ichabod Shahar, a psalm of David. And then it goes into the verse, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my roaring? And I read it in the BSB version, and it says that first part before the verse, it says, for the choir master, to the tune of the doe of the dawn, a psalm of David. And so, like, that just hit me when I was reading that, because it's like, it gives the name of the song.
It's a song.
It's a song.
Yeah.
Like, not just a roses are red, violets are blue poem, it's a song. And so when it says to the chief musician, that phrase, I got to digging into this, that phrase shows up in the heading of about 55 psalms.
Oh, wow.
Out of 150. So more than about a third, right? And it's a music director's note, and it's basically saying this one is for the worship leader, put this to music. They weren't just poems. So they were songs that Israel sang in worship. And we know that because they're psalms, right? And that's what psalms are songs, right? But it's like, to me, okay, the part that really got me was the upon Ichabod Shahar, which is to the tune of the doe of the dawn. That's how that translates, to the tune of the doe of the dawn. So the doe of the dawn had to be a popular song.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that song that gets stuck in your head?
Yeah, it's a song that never ends.
There you go. like it was a song that they were familiar with. There's 150 psalms, right, that are written that we know of, but this one says to the tune of the doe of the dawn. We don't have the doe of the dawn.
Right.
But I wonder what that was.
It'd be really interesting to see how, like, if any of these songs were to, like, if they held up throughout the generations, if there is a actual song out there.
Yeah, it's like if we wrote
like
something.
Hymns.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like hymns.
Yeah.
Or if we wrote something and we said to the tune of Amazing Grace, you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows what the tune of Amazing Grace is, right?
Yeah.
So that's what this psalm was written, to the tune of something. It's like, to the tune of Happy Birthday. You know how you're going to sing that song.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
wow,
that really stuck out to me. And then I got to looking, okay, so 55 psalms have the
heading.
The heading of
To the chief musician.
To the chief musician, yeah. And then there's about 14 psalms that have that to the tune of. 14 of them. And so, like, of those 14, and this is just a nerdy thing, I'm just like, what were those songs? Like, I want to know. It's like you got a peek into David's Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to the doe of the dawn on repeat.
Yeah.
And then he changes the words to it. And there's 5 or 6 song titles that are included.
Yeah.
So, like, we know his top 5 songs. We know David's top 5 songs, and then he changes them up, right?
Yeah.
There was The Lilies. There was Do Not Destroy. Those were the 2 most popular. So like I said, they had to be like the Billboard chart of the Bible, brother.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome. That's some
It's-
good. That's wow.
I
That's
think it's cool.
something that I've never really caught.
Yeah.
And I think when people read the Bible, they're just like reading straight through.
Right.
And it's just, I mean, it's in there, but you don't think twice about it because I think, I get caught up in just like, I got to get to the next chapter.
Right.
Get to the next chapter.
You got to hit your goal. You got to get your,
Yeah.
you got to check the box on the pamphlet thing. But man, I'm just like, okay, so what were these songs? Are they out there somewhere?
Yeah.
Like, have they been found anywhere? Like, what are they? I want to know. Like, I could be one of those archaeologist people because, like, I'd want to know. I'd want to go find it. Like, what were these songs?
I wonder how it'd be written though if you would have like a music sheet, right? Because we had music sheets back in, I would say probably 1600s, 1500s, 1400s, much earlier, probably.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, because I think music was taught to like generations of, to the next generation, right? Just like you said, the Happy Birthday song. They may not sing it like 100 years, 200 years from now. It may be something totally different.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously this was a song people knew.
Yeah.
And so, you already know the melody before you read the first lyric, like the Happy Birthday or the Amazing Grace. Like, you know the flow of it, right?
Yeah.
And so when Jesus is hanging on the cross and he cries out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? That's, to me, that's how I hear it as, my God, like he's crying out, like but he's not just expressing the pain here.
So you think he was singing in that moment?
I think he was bringing up some melody.
Very good possibility he was singing a melody.
Right.
Or a song that got stuck in his head.
Is this a sad song?
I don't know.
It was a sad moment, but it was also not.
It wasn't sad when David was singing it.
Well, it also wasn't sad when, the cross had to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
The cross, you could look at it as a sad thing, but it's not.
It's not.
It's what brings us victory.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's what and that's what, and that's how the psalm goes. That's how Psalm 22 goes. So he's not making it up in the moment, but he's quoting the first line of the song that the people standing there would have recognized.
Yeah.
They knew the tune, they knew the lyrics, and they knew where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. That's so good, man. Wow.
And so in their culture, you started that song with the opening line. Obviously, that's how songs start, but you don't get stuck on that. You go to the whole thing.
Right.
He may have said that one line on the cross.
Right.
But those devout, even the ones that put him on the cross, they know that psalm.
They might have sang it with him.
They know that psalm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so when we go through Psalm 22, verse 16, okay, verse 16, for dogs have compassed me, and the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. We know Psalm 22 is a messianic psalm, and it describes the crucifixion. They pierced my hands and my feet. They parted my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. So he says the opening line, and the Roman soldiers at his feet are living it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, they would have known the psalm, but the others watching are like, oh, check this out. And so it's the crucifixion described in detail, written by David 1,000 years before crucifixion existed.
Before it even existed, that was going to be my question. So
Yeah.
This happened way before crucifixion
Psalm
was even a thing.
22,
So he probably brought it to like life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying when I say that? So somebody might have heard that song and said, hey, we got to actually do this.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is so good.
Yeah. And when David's writing the song, it doesn't exist. Like, he doesn't understand what he's writing in the way we think he would understand, right? And then when you keep going, 22:22, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation, I will praise thee. Starts to shift. I will praise thee. I will declare thy name.
Yeah.
the name of Jesus, I will praise thee. For he hath not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard. This is 24. 27 says, all the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord. All the kindreds of the nations shall worship before thee. So you go, again, he says the opening line, but you go all the way through. It's not about the crucifixion even. The song ends with all the kindreds of the nation shall worship before thee. It's a worship. It's a victory.
Yeah.
Right? He's quoting a song that ends in victory in the worship of God by every nation, which came to us because Jesus on the cross. So they were all familiar with this song, but they didn't. They surely didn't understand it.
No,
they didn't get it. But I bet in that moment when he cried out,
yeah. So the way that I'm seeing it now is kind of like a prophecy, right? Like David kind of prophesied what was going to happen.
About it.
Yeah. In a song.
Yeah.
Which is
in a
amazing.
Song.
Yeah.
Right. And that's to me, to the tune of the doe of the dawn.
Yeah.
Like,
this is so good.
He's just like writing, it's almost, we write parodies and they're funny and they're, lighthearted things. This is like the opposite of a parody.
Right.
But it's the same deal. But yeah, it's like they've been mishearing these lyrics for so long. We say, I was today years old when I figured out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Y'all have seen those things?
Yeah.
I wonder how many was standing at the cross and they're like, I was today years old when I figured out what the doe of the dawn was really all about.
Yeah.
Or what Psalm, the 22nd Psalm, I don't know what they called it, them. But yeah, I mean, but here's the deal. I caught that because you don't, I didn't skip it. Like I didn't just get through it, check my box. So,
but that's going to completely, like, I'm really in this because I've never, nobody's ever taught about that, right?
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, like, who's to say that they won't later on, but you're going to read it differently now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I
hope so.
You're going to look at it completely different. And just thinking about it being a song and then the Lord worshiping as he's being crucified.
As he's dying.
Yes.
For us.
Yes. Worshiping.
Yeah.
It's a whole different perspective. It is a whole different, it just changed up the entire vibe, I would say.
Yeah, vibe. There you go.
It just changes it up. It goes, instead of him shouting like in a mournful, sorrowful,
painful, right.
Yeah. And when you read the scripture, and just to see in that perspective, just like you said, there could have been other spectators that could have been like a whole eye opener for them, like a mind blown, like
revelation, epiphany.
Yeah,
you are right. Like some people do see that as a sad moment, as when the way that we're reading it now, it's
victory.
Victory.
And there's a difference.
There was victory.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is a difference too when somebody sings a song and they're singing it to get through it or whatever,
Yeah.
And when somebody's singing a song that has hit them in the heart too.
Yeah.
There's that, their voice may crack, we see it downstairs, worship, somebody singing a special or whatever, and their voice may crack, or they're feeling it,
Yeah.
And they're not just singing it because it's a cool song.
Right.
It's going to get you stomping your feet, clapping your hands, but they're singing it because they lived whatever they're singing about.
Right.
And now here Jesus is on the cross. So, man, it's fun. It's fun. That's why I love the Word of God. So there's those superscriptions. That's the name of those things in the Psalms that are easily skipped. The superscriptions right above the Psalms. But man, they can contain some cool things. And another thing we can skip over are names. One of the most common names in America, Smith.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like a blacksmith.
That's exactly it. That's why they are named Smith. Because somewhere down the line, they were the blacksmiths.
Right.
Or Miller.
Right? Miller. Yeah. The town
Miller.
Guy that milled everything for everybody. He was the miller. Take that to Did y'all know Pelletier? My last name, Pelletier.
It makes pellets.
Pellet. No, a pelter.
Pelter.
One who made pelts.
One who pelted.
Yeah. Pelted. Back in the day, we pelted.
Okay.
Pelletier was the pelts, the guy that tanned the hides, I guess.
Yeah.
Made the pelts back in the trading days when you're going around the Great Lakes and rowing your boat and
So there you go.
meeting the natives and
If
selling
society
your
ever gets
furs.
reverted back to those days, that'd be your occupation.
I'll make a blanket for you. And I guess you use pelts for everything back then.
Oh yeah.
But and so our names still today kind of have some meaning to them, but like in scripture, names, they really mean something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we did a deal not too long ago on Benjamin and Benoni, right?
Yes.
Same boy, Benjamin, the son of my power, the son of my pain.
Right.
Same kid, two names. So, but there's times when you can just read past names real easy. And in the Bible, I don't know, I think you got to sometimes just slow down and read them and find out what that is, because you might be reading past a story, right? The story. So like Genesis 35:18, it came to pass as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni. Benoni? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But his father called him Benjamin. I know how to say Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Rachel's dying in childbirth, and we did that episode, right? But her final breath was the son of my sorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how she's leaving him. But Jacob looked at the same boy.
Yeah.
And he said, no, he's not going to be defined by my pain.
Yeah.
And Jacob loved Rachel.
Right.
He didn't love the other wife. He loved Rachel.
Yeah.
And so when Rachel died, that was painful for him. But he said, no, we're going to call him Benjamin. He's the son of my right hand, or the son of my power. And so completely different declarations. So names are important in the Bible.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much, it was Jacob's choice that kind of stuck with him.
Yeah.
It didn't really define what he thought, what could have been.
Right.
It literally changed up his whole perspective, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder I wonder if Benjamin knew that he was almost
Benoni.
I don't know. I feel like Benoni would probably be it.
Yeah, that sounds more biblical, doesn't it?
It does.
And then there's Ichabod, 1 Samuel 4:21. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, the glory is departed from Israel, because the ark of God was taken because of her father-in-law and her husband. And so this kid grew up being called the glory is gone. I wouldn't want that on me.
No.
Ooh, no.
Every time somebody said his name, they were literally remembering the worst day in Israel's history.
Ichabod.
It's
Man.
a fun name, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
Ichabod.
Using another story.
Yeah. And then there's Jabez. Y'all remember
Jabez?
Do y'all remember when the prayer of Jabez became like this huge thing?
I do, actually.
The guy wrote that book.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 Chronicles 4:9, and Jabez was more honorable than his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bear him with sorrow.
There's another one.
Yeah, his name means pain.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of interesting how many of these names have kind of negative connotations to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but when we were naming kids, we were looking for good names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think knowing.
I try to find names that you really could make fun of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I chose
That
the names
sounds
for
like-
my boys. It was
Sounds like a dare.
yeah. Well, I'm sure you can, but it's not as easy. I mean, if you have to make fun of him, you really have to be creative with your words, right?
Yeah.
So, but no, it's interesting because it's like, just like how there's, some names that we have nowadays, I wouldn't think of it like, for instance, Emmanuel, God with us.
Yeah.
Do people who are named that way, do they take that with them and with with pride or whatever? Or is it just like, it's just a name? Is that the same perspective they had back then, or do you feel like that what their names meant were just like, that is who they
like
were?
A badge. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that defined who they are.
Well, so this story with Jabez.
Yeah.
the next verses, and Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that thou wouldest bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldest keep me from evil, and that it may not grieve me, that it may not grieve me." And God granted him that which he requested. So his name was Pain, but he refused to live as Pain.
Kind of answered my question there, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so he refused that name.
Yeah.
You know,
He's literally asking God to rewrite his story.
Yeah.
Just kind of like how.
Yeah. And God did, and so that's where the prayer of Jabez thing became big, was because they wrote a book about this.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's the same thing as Jacob, right?
Yeah. And then Jacob was changed to Israel as well. So Jacob with Benjamin and Benoni, but then Jacob God changing his name to Israel, and he went from supplanter to prince, right? Prince with God. So I don't know, when you pay attention to names in the Bible, you realize there's stories there. There's things that you can easily read past.
Yeah.
Or you could dig in and get into it. So, all right. So this is what really was last week or so. This genealogy. So we're going to kind of tie this together. So because this is what hit me. First Chronicles chapter 4, there's a genealogy, and it's name after name after name, right?
Yeah.
You know how that goes. So-and-so beget, so-and-so beget. Right? Your eyes glaze over, right? And so, Jether beget this guy, and this guy beget that guy. And so you're just trying to get through and check your box off. There's those chapters that are like that.
Yeah.
But so in this one, in verse 18, okay, there's this verse, and it says,
in First Chronicles
4:18, yeah.
There you go.
And his wife, Jehudijah, this is why you want to Jehudijah? I don't know. She bare Jared, the father of Gedor, and Heber, the father of Soko, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. I don't even know if those are their names. But these are the sons of Bithia.
That's the daughter of Pharaoh.
The daughter of Pharaoh, which Merid took.
So you're telling me
this is a Judah genealogy, and it says, these are the sons of Bithia, the daughter of
Pharaoh.
In the
lineage of Judah.
In the lineage of Judah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
The daughter of Pharaoh.
The ones who enslaved those people.
Yeah. What is she doing there?
Found favor in someone's eyes.
And so, yeah. And I mean, that's something that you just skip over.
You skip right through it because And
I'm sure we've read it, right? I'm sure we've read it, but like I said, it just wasn't like a click.
Right. Yeah. Where's the click? It clicked like the daughter of Pharaoh. Like, hang on, who is this? And married her? Okay. So, what we just talked about with names meaning something. So we looked up Merid. I looked up Merid. Merid means rebellion. And Bithia means the daughter of Yahweh. So, okay. That doesn't make sense to me right there, right?
No.
So when you read that again with their names, with the meaning of their names, so then these are the sons of the daughter of Yahweh, the daughter of Pharaoh, whom rebellion took. So a man named Rebellion married a woman called the daughter of Yahweh, who was literally the daughter of Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who Pharaoh is, right? I mean,
that's not a normal sentence, man.
No, it sure isn't, especially not in the genealogy of God's people, of Judah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a story. There's got to be a story there.
Yeah.
Right there in that verse. And so here's where it gets fun. I got to looking around. In Jewish tradition, they've been chewing on this for thousands of years. And there's a long-standing tradition that Bithiah is the same Pharaoh's daughter who pulled Moses out of the river.
Oh, what?
Now, that's just a tradition.
Okay.
So the idea is that when she rescued Moses and she raised him as her son, that God renamed her, which makes sense.
Yeah, he does
right?
that a lot.
Right, yeah. And then there's it's called a midrash. It's a rabbinical theory,
Okay.
a rabbinical, study. That God's saying to her, Moses was not your son, yet you called him your son, and you're not my daughter. You're the daughter of Pharaoh,
Right.
but I'm going to call you my daughter. And so that, that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You could see how that tracks, right?
Right.
And that just, man, it really lands a little different. So, but here's where I had to stop and think, because to me, I don't think that, and I don't have the timeline figured out and all that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have none of that like figured out, but I'm thinking the timeline wouldn't align right with the genealogy here, because if Bithiah is the Pharaoh's daughter from Exodus chapter 2, then Merid is somewhere in the wilderness generation or just after.
Right.
So to me, that's a long stretch for one woman to be the old enough to pull Moses out of the river and raise him, and then generations later marry this guy. Like that's I think it's like 100-year
Well, I mean,
gap.
they had, the pharaohs back in Egyptian times, right? They were all pharaoh, but they all
Right.
had different names, right?
Right.
So just kind of like we call the president of the United States,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They all have different, they all are named different. So it could have been from a later time.
So she wouldn't be the Pharaoh.
Right. Right. Not the pharaoh at the time, but
Yeah, not the Pharaoh's daughter.
Right.
Yeah. And that's so I got a few thoughts when I was looking around, okay? So the same Jewish tradition pairs this verse with another wild detail, and it identifies Merid, whose name is Rebellion, as Caleb. That Caleb? Yeah. Caleb, the one who came back from spying out the promised land and said, we are well able to overcome it. So that tradition says that Caleb got nicknamed Merid, Rebellion, because he rebelled against the rebellion of the spies.
Huh.
I don't know if that's true. I have no idea. But there's one of them
It's interesting.
midrash traditions, whatever. Yeah. And so while 10 of them were leading while 10 of them were leading Israel into doubt, Caleb stood against them. So then, that becomes, let the man who rebelled against the spies marry the woman who rebelled against the idols of her father's house. So two rebels, but rebels in the right direction. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. It's a cool thought. Another theory I came across was what you just said. Maybe it's not the Pharaoh's daughter from Exodus, but a different Pharaoh's daughter.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense to me too.
Right.
Because there were a lot of pharaohs in Egypt, and Israel had contact for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
And so she could have been a princess from a different dynasty altogether, than the one who left Egypt. She could have, said, I'm not going to deal with those idols. These people know what they're doing. They're walking around, whatever. I don't know.
Do you think it's possible that she, she was a daughter of a pharaoh, but did not kind of left her own people to do that,
Yeah. So this is my actual thought. And again, I don't have no
proof. You don't have no lines drawn like in a billboard with pinpoints to everything.
Yeah, I don't know Egyptology or whatever they call it. I don't have the code of the pyramids figured out and all that stuff. But my thought is that she could have been the daughter of the Pharaoh of the Passover.
Huh. Why do you say that?
Well, if Merid's age,
yeah,
he would align with somewhere around that time frame. And so in my head, I can see, okay, the Pharaoh that lost his firstborn son, she was in that house. She would have recognized something's different about these people.
Yeah.
Let me join myself to them. She watches her brother die in the night. She watches her father stand crushed in the palace. She watches her father's arrogance through all these 10 plagues and all this that he brought on the people of Egypt, right?
Yes.
And then she walks out with Egypt, with the people. She walks out of Egypt with the people that her family had enslaved, and to me that would explain how she got a new name. It would explain why she ended up being married to a man named Rebellion. She wasn't leaving Egypt; she was leaving everything she had.
Yeah,
and the Bible doesn't tell us what the Bible doesn't say anything else really,
right?
Just that she married him. And so who was she really? I don't know when did she stop being the daughter of Pharaoh and start being called the daughter of Yahweh? What did she walk away from? How did she end up in the lineage of Judah, the same tribe that Jesus comes from? I'll never know the real answer. But man,
that's nuts.
What a fun little...
Yeah.
Just from reading the genealogy.
The begats.
The begat. So, yeah. So don't skip over them, man. There's some good stuff there. What I realize more and more is that we don't really struggle with we definitely don't struggle with the Bible being shallow.
Right.
But we do struggle, I think, with reading it slow enough to see the depth without getting lost in the depth either. Like there's a whole lot of theology,
so many connections from verses to verses.
Yeah. So the titles at the top of Psalms, they're not extra. The names buried in genealogies, they're not filler. The verses we skim because they look like a phone book.
Right.
Well, I don't know. They don't have phone books anymore. But those are sometimes the verses where big stories are just hiding right there,
Yeah.
And to me, it's intentional. So I think some of the most powerful truth in Scripture aren't in the verses that we highlight, but they're in the ones that you almost skip. So
it's truism.
Truism.
So let's slow down, read the headings, read the names, read the boring parts. Bible's not hiding anything from you, but it's waiting for you to notice.
Amen.